I'm Constance.
I'm Wham.
I'm Raina.
I'm Chan.
I'm Ashley.
And today we'll be introducing our new series called HERstory, discussing all things feminine. And the topics that we'll be discussing today are dating do's and don'ts and proper ways to communicate in a relationship. So my first question to you guys would be, what is your number one dating do?
Communication.
Communication and loyalty. Oh, what did I say?
Loyalty.
That's fine.
I said trust.
It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, okay.
It doesn't matter.
Communication and trust.
I feel like mine is honesty.
Well, like I was just told, I'm a hopeless romantic, so yesterday we was just paying attention to the small stuff, picking up on things that most people wouldn't pick up on. So I like that.
I think for me, mine's a little different because a lot of people don't do it, and this causes a lot of problems in relationships. Learning your partner's love language.
That's a good one.
Because a lot of people show love in different ways. So if you don't know what love languages are, they're basically how your partner shows that they love you. So it can be in like gifts. I think it's hold on,
It's
I got
quality time.
Quality time, gifts.
Is it like touch?
It's quality time, words of affirmation.
There it is.
Why is
Yes.
there a paper here?
I'm
Quality
sorry,
time, words of affirmation, physical touch,
I don't remember the last one.
acts of service. That's what gifts fall under.
Yeah.
Acts of service.
That's
and
what you want, like, for people to do stuff. Like, because you keep
It's not really like a gift though. It's just
No, acts of service. It's not always gifts, but it's like just doing something that they know that you like.
because they're paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. So it's just paying attention to how your partner shows you
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry. I got it right here.
okay. Read it.
Okay.
So quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch, and receiving gifts.
Yeah.
Also, this okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically like I was saying, just basically paying attention to how your partner communicates their love for you, because that causes a lot of problems. You may be like, well, I don't get enough gifts, but their love language is telling you that you're beautiful every day. So you kind of have to like pay attention to what your partner does. I think that's very important because it clears up a lot of confusion. If I know that you show me love and gifts, and you know that I show you love and quality time, then you can kind of like find a way to network around that and make it work. So
I like that.
That was great.
I feel like as you get older, you realize like it's so many levels in
Right.
a relationship that
So
you didn't
much stuff.
pick up on, like if you were dating in high school, where like
Right.
simple text, like a good morning text was, you know,
That was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. in high school.
lot.
But now, like you getting older, you realize, you know, I spend quality time, and you know, like going to the park, or you know, just little stuff like that. You realize as you get older, it's so many
It's more
levels
in-depth,
with being in
yes.
a relationship.
So I guess the next question would be like, what is your number one dating don't?
Let's start off with me. I gotta think.
Don't lie to me.
Period. That's a good one.
That. And I feel like that goes into like, don't cheat. Like, just be honest all around about everything, about your feelings, about where you're going. Like, it's not that serious, man. Like, why you lying?
Back.
No.
No.
If you cheat,
I
I'm
would never.
leaving. If you cheat, I'm leaving.
My thing is with cheating, I leave like, before I cheat.
For what? Right.
It's
For
pointless.
what? Like,
You're
if you wanted to be with
somebody
somebody else, or you wanted to do something with somebody else, you shouldn't have gotten a relationship
Hello.
to begin with.
Or just break up with the person when
If you
realize
weren't ready
you're
to
not
be
feeling
monogamous, you weren't ready to be in a relationship.
Hello.
it. She said hello.
And for those of you who don't know what monogamy is, that means just being with one person and one person only. That means
One.
talking to one person, as in like, as far as like, be, you know, like what you doing, let's make time.
Don't laugh at
let's
nobody
kick
jokes,
it.
but mine.
That's
Not that.
not that.
No,
but
I'm kidding. I'm not even funny.
it's just basically like just being with one person, and yeah. So I guess I think that's everybody.
I feel like that's everyone. Like,
Majority of
Yeah.
y'all don't want to admit that y'all are polygamous.
Polygamous.
That word. Polygamous.
And I think more importantly, I think a majority of people just don't want to admit that they're not ready.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be ready. Everybody, especially on social media, like Twitter. Oh my gosh.
I feel like
everybody.
Twitter ruined dating for our generation because
It
it's all
ruined
these.
Twitter and Instagram. I don't want to say it
Social
ruined
media.
it.
I don't
feel
say
like-
it's ruined it, but it
I
played
feel
a
like
big
we ruined
influence.
it. Like, no,
I mean-
I didn't ruin it.
Not me.
But like our generation in general, like maybe not even ours, maybe the generation before us, like they started this whole thing where people could feel free to do whatever you want until you're married.
And I think that's what messed up dating, because they put so much emphasis on it doesn't matter until you sign paper.
I'm a man.
And that's not the case. Because
How we
if
gonna
we
get to sign papers?
Exactly.
Right.
We can't get there if you know.
A round of applause.
Right. So I don't think social media messed it up, but it's just crazy to me how everybody on Twitter wants the same thing, yet everybody's single. I feel like no shit.
Look, 2
People
plus 2
allow-
ain't equaling 4 with that
Right.
thing.
People allow social media to ruin their relationships.
Exactly.
Social media don't ruin relationships. You being in people's
Exactly.
DMs, you
Exactly.
doing stuff you ain't supposed to be doing, you are ruining the relationship.
Don't be an attention seeker. Like, that's annoying. You're like,
I guess that goes under like the same realm when girls or guys be like they don't want to date a Twitter girl or a Twitter guy, like someone who just got all this clout because they always seeking attention. Like you always tweeting every 10 minutes about X, Y, and Z to your X amount of followers. So I guess another dating note for me is just attention seeking. Like
I'm just about to say that that's one of my dating don'ts is just don't be insecure.
Oh my god.
Because I don't think people, and then a lot of people who claim they're not insecure are insecure the most. So people like really identify what insecurities is and don't base it off what social media tells you it is, because insecurities for everyone is different. But that's one of my dating don'ts, because I'm one of those people where in a relationship, I'm not gonna say I don't care what you do, but I have the mindset you're gonna do what you want to do anyway. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna check you if I feel the need to check you, but I'm not gonna stress myself out about what you do. It's too hot. I'm not about to be sweating.
Right.
So it's just like,
Chucking up pixies on you.
just don't be
so many options.
she quick to let it
And
go.
plus, you have to live your own life. If I'm stressing more time about you than me,
I'm not holding
Exactly.
nobody down. You don't want to stay? Bye.
like, I'm just not gonna stress myself out when I got all my other problems or all my stuff that I'm trying to succeed in my life, and I have to worry about you all the time about stuff that you are putting in your mind as the reason that's wrong with our relationship or what's wrong with you. Like, it's difference between reassurance and it's just difference between you just
That's what I was gonna
picking
say.
fights every single time.
the question to you guys would be, what is communication to each and every one of you? Because of course we have a general form of what we
Like
think communication
definition.
is, but like how does someone properly communicate with you, and how do you feel like you properly communicate with someone else?
I feel like it's important for when it comes to communicating with somebody, not even just somebody you're just in a relationship with, your tone is very important, because you can be saying all the right things, but someone won't listen to you if you're just yelling at them or coming at their neck. And it's also like, don't just listen to respond at first, listen to understand at first, and then you can start thinking about how you can respond to that person. Because a lot of times y'all hurt somebody and they'll come to you about it, and then you talking to them like they don't have the audacity to feel hurt. And first of all, if you hurt my feelings, you gonna know, period, okay? Because you hurt my feelings, and I might deal with it with anger.
Stop telling people that their feelings are invalid. Like,
Yeah.
I feel how I feel.
That is my biggest pet peeve. If I'm coming to you and I'm like, look, babe, you did this,
Not even maybe
Don't
that's friendship.
tell me. But that's usually when, because my friends, they get it like, okay, girl, my bad. But like, it's usually in relationships where you come because your partner's supposed to know you the best. So you come to them like, oh, babe, this hurt my feelings, blah, 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 let's say this, somebody you know. Well, babe, but if I'm telling you how I feel, there's no but. I feel how I feel. Just either apologize and take accountability. Even if you didn't mean it, you're better off saying, babe, I didn't mean to do this. I'm sorry. How do we fix it? Instead of saying, but I didn't even do it like that.
If I hurt you and you let me know that I hurt you, so I understand that, and I'm trying to get to a solution so in the future I don't hurt you again. But
You remember 2 months
ain't
ago.
no okay, but why are you trying to go in a
We gonna pass that.
360? I'm going in a 180, sir.
And then with the hurt and all of that, like, remember communication. This goes back to the topic. Remember that it's you and your partner versus the issue, not me versus you. And if it's always going to be me versus
I've never
you,
seen it on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
girl, I should have tweeted that. It was going to be popping like that. But just if it's you guys versus each other, no one will ever win. and you guys will always be hurt.
It's gonna be like
You guys have to
animosity.
learn, exactly. You have to learn how to come together and face the problem together. That's how you move forward. That's how you grow. And that's the biggest thing for me in communication. Whether we're arguing, just trying to solve an issue, it doesn't even have to be an issue.
Make it a thing not to yell at each other and not to curse at each other when y'all
not to call each
discussing
other out each
issues.
other's
Don't be
names.
disrespectful.
Like, no, just
Don't call me
like,
stupid.
hey,
None of that.
you know, earlier you did XYZ and it made me feel ABC. And they gotta come on that same level. Because at this point, we're adults. We're not little kids throwing temper tantrums in each other's faces. Like, that's old, that's dead. Talk to me like the human being that I am and act your age.
We're
Like,
equal. We are equal in this.
if you start cussing at me, I'm promising you now, I ain't listening to nothing. Matter of fact,
Oh my God.
don't do it. It's important for you to go into a situation logically and not emotionally, because you might say something out of emotions that you don't mean, and sometimes you can't take
Take it
words
back.
back.
I
You
know.
never know when it's the first time, when it's the last time you see somebody. So like in my past relationship, I always made it a thing like for us to like figure out a solution for our issue. Like say we're not sleeping together that night, I don't want something to happen the next morning, or you fall, or God forbid something happen to you in your sleep, and the last thing we were saying to each other was coming at each other next.
Yeah, I do that too. Like in my relationship, I always make it a big thing to where I don't like to go to sleep upset. For the same reason that you, I don't know
Yeah.
what can happen. I don't know if this was your last day. I don't know if you're gonna wake up and because we
Or if
still
it's
mad,
my
we're not
last
talking.
day.
You get in a car accident and now something happens. So I think that's the biggest thing is finding a way to fix the problem and not letting the problem
Keep
be
festering.
yeah, keep festering. But also with that, you have to understand that if you do have to take time to get yourself together,
Please tell me.
please take that time. Don't ignore that person. But oh, well, I was mad. I needed some time to think.
Please tell me you
Tell
need
me
a
what
day.
tell me what I did, but also tell me that, you know, before we actually dive into it and try and figure out the problem, I still need time to think about it.
Is our HERstory.
For
Discussing
today.
topics
The first
of
one.
dating do's and don'ts as well as proper ways to communicate. We hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you another time.
Is next week Valentine's Day?
It is.
Welcome to our new segment called HERstory.
I thought you were gonna do the intro and then.
Oh, I think we kind of like.
Everybody got dead silent when we needed something.
Hey y'all, you're watching HCTV. I'm Chan.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Raina.
I'm Wham.
And I'm Constance.
So today is the start of our new series called HERstory. Today we're gonna. I'm sorry.
Just do it again.
Bloopers.
I'm just keep rolling.
Okay.